Hello, I'm Rick Roller.
And I'm Ken Carlisle.
And we're the Real Mentors. And the title of this DVD is Why Become a Realtor? Real estate is a product everybody wants and everybody needs. If you're going to sell something, or if you want to be in a situation where you're in a greater position to bless people's lives, there's nothing better than selling real estate. If you've ever had a desire in your heart or in your being to be of more service to people, to bless them really, quite frankly, where they live, then you need to become a realtor.
And, of course, selling real estate is simple compared to other things. Everybody wants a home. This is their dream, and all you're doing is helping them fulfill a dream. So real estate's the ideal product. The close is so simple, this is the right house, isn't it? And they say, yes, this is it, and there's no pressure with selling real estate. It's a wonderful product to sell.
People are clued into the fact in today's society that many millionaires became millionaires because of their ownership of real estate. The largest single asset that most people have in their asset portfolio is their real estate, and people are aware of that. And so even if you're selling people investment real estate or commercial real estate, this is the place you ought to be. Let's talk about income for a minute. You know, when you bless lives, you also want to make some money. I mean, this is capitalism. This is the way our system works in our country. And there's no finer thing to sell than real estate because of the high value which equates to large commissions.
And in fact, if you think it through, an average home, now depending on where you are in the country, of course, but an average home, say, is $200,000. It's very common for a realtor to earn 3% commission on that, or $6,000. Now there's a split with the company. They may take home $4,000, but still, selling one home and taking home $4,000 becomes very significant. I mean, to sell 2 homes a month for a year, you've made over $100,000.
Sure, and many markets, the average sales price is twice $200,000, so it all goes up accordingly.
It's a way you can really make a significant income, an income that can bless your family in ways that a normal 8-hour day job just can't bless your family, which is really another reason to think about real estate. You're able to own your own business, and you're your own boss. Now that carries with it significant benefits for you.
Yeah, there's tax benefits involved with that. You can write a lot more things off if you're an independent businessman.
And even better than that, if you've worked just a regular job, you know what it is to not be able to set your own schedule, to be disciplined by somebody you don't like.
Sure, the freedom and flexibility in real estate is phenomenal. If you want to take a day off, you take a day off. If you want to take an afternoon off or attend an event, you just go and do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally flexible. You only answer to yourself, really.
That's absolutely true. And you can even work it around another job if you have to for a while. It can be full-time, of course, but it can be part-time. You can have flexible hours. You can work at home. There's many, many benefits. So a family can have a second income coming in. Maybe even the husband or wife is that second income earner. And so you, without being away from the family, you can earn a significant income.
There's no layoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah, in our society, that's becoming much...
Disciplining yourself. I mean, I don't know if I've experienced, anyway, the pain of being let go. The job just disappeared. Well, there's no one to fire you in real estate but yourself. So I guess you could, if you want, fire yourself, but otherwise you don't have a boss to report to. You're your own boss.
Many successful realtors also work with family members. If you've ever had a desire to work with your spouse or with one of your sons or daughters, or maybe even your father or your mother, even your grandmother or grandfather, this is an excellent business where you can work together and accomplish great things.
And if you want to get a raise, you give yourself a raise. You have to work a little harder.
Or a little smarter.
That's right. And suddenly you're earning more income. It's just, I think, the finest business that you could be in.
And you can work anywhere you want to live. If you've ever had a hankering to live near the beach, go work near the beach. Or in the mountains, go work in the mountains. Or in the desert because of health reasons, or you love the beauty of the desert, go work in the desert.
I went to work in this small town right off the bat, and I asked the question, Can you make a living in a small town? You can absolutely make a living in a small town in real estate. Maybe in no other thing, but in a small town in real estate, you can make a good living.
You may have guessed by now that Ken Carlisle and I, Rick Roller, are realtors, and I got involved with this wonderful business almost 30 years ago and have made a real professional career out of it. But my motivation for getting involved with the business was that I felt like I wasn't important enough in people's lives. See, I knew early on in my young adulthood that in order to make more money, you had to be of more value to people. And without formal education as a lawyer or a doctor or something like that, it's really hard to be of value to people. So I looked around and what could I do? What could I do by just going to a few weeks of schooling, passing a not so rigorous multiple choice examination in most states? What could I do to go out there and become licensed by the state I was living in, where I could be of value to people so I could make the amount of money that I felt that I needed to make? If you want more money, then you have to look at something called the law of compensation. And the law of compensation says you will be paid in direct proportion to the value you bring into other people's lives. And through real estate, I've been able to bless a lot of lives and make a lot of money.
And Rick's, of course, been in real estate a long time. My real estate experience is much shorter. I got into real estate because I got tired of the corporate world. Because I realized I was probably never going to be able to retire, given the corporate structure. And I had a good job, but it still wasn't sufficient. Plus, I was just tired of punching somebody else's clock and having someone else have the control over me that made life difficult often, even for my family. I just didn't have the time to be who I really needed to be. Real estate gave me that opportunity. I've earned much more money than I would have. I've been able to invest. I've been able to change my life in many important ways and really use the skill set I had from before in very effective, wonderful ways in helping people. So it's been a great blessing in just a short time. For someone that's thinking about joining real estate, even if they're older, it really works. It makes a difference.
Great opportunity. You know, Ken, you mentioned investment, and a lot of folks that I've met in the last 5-10 years that have become realtors and are out selling real estate for a business, as a business for a living, are also investors. They got involved with our part of the business, which is really retailing real estate out, because they wanted the first crack at great investment opportunities. They figured if they were out in the marketplace every single day looking at properties, eventually they're going to run across things that they ought to buy for themselves. And when they do, they get a significant discount because they have their commission to work with.
So they see the properties. It's one of the things that's happened to me. I've been buying homes, something I wasn't able to do aside from just a home for myself until I got involved in real estate. You find the good deals as a realtor.
Yeah, and that can add up to a very significant income, probably even in many cases, if you're aggressive at it, more than double the real estate commissions that you earn.
Well, how do you become a realtor, Rick? I mean, there's so many benefits. How do you become one?
Well, one of the things you have to do is you have to get licensed in the jurisdiction or state that you're living in, and different states have different rules. They're all very easy to find out with the World Wide Web these days. You just go search for, you can Google or you can use or Ask Jeeves or whatever search engine you want to use, but you can just put in real estate license Missouri or real estate license California or real estate license Utah, wherever you happen to be, and you'll be led to websites that will give you the complete information. Most jurisdictions require you to attend a school. The school will teach you basic real estate concepts and principles, and it'll be entertaining. Many of these schools can be done online. It can be with correspondence courses. A lot of these schools are done live. Different states, like I said, have different requirements. Some states allow you to do the whole thing online. Other states require that you actually sit through some classes. But you can find out what it is for your state. You know, it's fun. It's fun to go back to school and learn new, exciting things. You'll learn a whole new language you won't use anywhere else other than real estate because of all the great terms like, puratre vie and remainder man and things that you'll just never really use much. Joint tenancy. I mean, and even if you're thinking about, well, I only want to do this part-time, or maybe I don't want to do it at all. Going to real estate school would still have a great benefit for you, because I'll guarantee you, after you've been to real estate school, you'll never be taken advantage of in a real estate transaction.
Yeah.
So the school experience itself is a fun, dynamic experience. How many hours? It depends on your state. But a lot of them are right around 100 hours. Some of them are less, some of them are a little bit more. And you take those hours, and then you have to take a comprehensive state exam. Most states require that you only need about a 70 or 75%, or C or a C minus. Most states are all multiple choice examinations. So it's challenging, but it's not anything that anyone of normal intelligence cannot do.
And it takes some states a couple of weeks. This is not like years of schooling. Even in those states where administrative requirements cause you to take a little longer, we're talking several months to finish your schooling, to be ready to go to work and sell.
Many states are experiencing what we're experiencing here in our state, which is Utah, in that a lot of folks that have immigrated to the United States, maybe English is their second language, are getting into real estate just because of the fabulous opportunity. There are no barriers, and actually, if you can speak another language, whatever that might be, that might help you fit into a niche market, which would be phenomenal for you.
Yeah, we've got a good realtor that works with us that speaks Russian. You wouldn't think that would make a big impact, but
it does.
amazing. He's selling 4 or 5 houses a month to people that pretty much speak Russian.
Yeah, Russian, Bosnian, Georgian, all that kind of, those European languages. And so it can be a really, really good benefit for you. You're going to have to work through school, but what else are you going to do in such a short period of time and get going?
And it's so inexpensive. I mean, we're talking less than $500, sometimes way less, for your entire schooling.
Once you've passed your schooling, then you take that state examination. There's usually additional charge for that, usually less than $100. And then there's a few $100, maybe $200 or so, or maybe more, to get licensed with your state. There's a criminal background check that has to be passed, and then you're a licensed agent. Once you're to that point, then you can shop for brokers. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But what happens is you find a broker you want to affiliate with, and your broker, for the most part, probably will be affiliated with what's called the Board of Realtors. Board of Realtors is like a private trade organization. Most of us belong to it because to participate in multiple listing services, for the most part, you need to be involved with the Board of Realtors. Board of Realtors initiation dues could be $300 to $500. Depending on the jurisdiction that you're in, and annual dues run about the same. Then you become a member of the MLS, and you have a few additional fees there. So you add it all up, and depending on the state you're in, it could be $1,000, it could be about $1,500, which now you're an independent business person going on your own account. Man, that is nothing to get started in this business.
And this is your tools, really. I mean, what other business can you get in for $1,000 or thereabouts? Have your tool set, be all set to go and ready to do business, and have it done in a month or 2 or 3. This is way less than 1 semester of college in terms of cost and in terms of time and really in terms of effort. This is a great career to get started.
What about trade schools, Ken? I mean, if you want to be a beautician, you want to just style hair. I mean, it costs thousands and thousands of dollars and many hours just to learn that particular trade. Or a massage therapist.
Yeah, and a high-tech school is going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars.
So
and likely, you're going to earn more as a realtor.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what the upside potential is. Now, once you're to that point and you're in the business, I mentioned that we were going to talk to you a little bit about choosing a broker. It's vitally important that you get started with the right broker. The right broker is someone who's going to support you and train you. And this is absolutely vital.
Now, you're going to become a great realtor, and you're going to become a great realtor especially because of our training program, the training program that you're going to be offered. It teaches you, in real estate school, you're going to learn the language, you're going to learn the laws. You're not going to learn the job. You're not going to learn how to sell a house and really make a lot of money. That is what we're going to teach you, and it's not going to cost you a thing. Tell them a little bit about it, Rick.
Well, Ken, let me share our purpose a little bit with you. And Ken Carlisle and I are in sync on this, and that's why we started the Real Mentor program. The Real Mentors is a program that is dedicated to the principle that everyone in this nation deserves professional representation. You see, our country is great, primarily because of the wide distribution of real property ownership. And the wider that distribution is, the more people that own their own home and the more people that own investment properties, the stronger our nation is. And so Ken and I are on a quest. I mean, both of us could have quit working a long time ago, but we have a purpose. Our purpose today is to help people to get into the real estate business and help them to become the most professional representatives that the people whom they are working for have ever seen in any aspect of their life, whether it's medical, insurance, or whatever it might be. We want to help people like you who are watching this DVD become the best service-oriented person that your customer or client has ever worked with. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, Ken and I have developed the finest training program that's ever been devised in real estate. And we say that without equivocation. Everyone says, oh, ours is the best. Well, you know, we have a proven track record of taking people and helping them get up and going really quickly. You know, in fact, Ken and I first met about, 4 years ago?
4 years ago. Yeah.
4 years ago when I was doing some training for Ken, and through the training that Ken received from me and the personal mentoring, he became a Rookie of the Year in his market. Now, a Rookie of the Year is someone who is the very best new person in that entire real estate community. And you know, Ken was that person. He worked hard for it, but I showed him what to do and taught him and followed up with him and helped him and mentored him, and he made it. Now, it's not only Ken, but I was a Rookie of the Year back when I started in the late 70s. And I've helped develop not one, not two, but 7 Rookie of the Years in the last few years, and it's been an exciting program. So I took the information that I knew that would work. Ken added his own slant to it, which has been very, very helpful. In fact, Ken is a PhD in how to put together impacting learning programs. And so, you know, he was one that was able to put this all together in a format that is the most effective in getting you up and going quickly. We won't give you all the details on it now, but just rest assured on this. This is a training program that is flexible. You can use it if you're part-time, full-time. You can listen to it in your car. You can watch on your television. And it's not just a lecture series. It's hands-on help. Plus, you'll have direct contact with Ken and I. We're committed to your success.
Even if you haven't had the most success prior to this, even if you're still searching for the right career for you, you can rest assured that, first of all, real estate is a great career, a real career, a career where you can earn more income than probably any other career, certainly than any other career, given the level of, or the amount of training and education you need.
I hesitate to ask.